I'm Janet Wright here at Hart House with Dr. Blair Erb. Blair's the former governor from the Montana chapter, and he's currently chairing the member oversight group for the Pinnacle network. Blair, thank you for coming today.
My pleasure.
The Pinnacle network is in response to a crisis in cardiovascular care. Tell us about that.
It is, Janet. And I think one thing we have to appreciate is that change is inevitable. It is before us. And that change will have a real impact on the practicing cardiologists of this country. It's likely to include a number of things. It's likely to include a decline in reimbursement in some fashion. It's likely to include a change in the way we are paid. And because of those two things, it will obviously impact the way we practice cardiology.
You've convened a group of member leaders to help address this, to deliver something that the college can deliver to members that will be valuable. Tell us about that.
Janet, the college and the Board of Governors recognized that we had a crisis on our hands and that we needed to offer support to the membership of the American College of Cardiology. In response to this, we put together a work group comprised of current and former governors from the different chapters around the country. And this work group has been charged with the oversight of toolkits and so forth with the Pinnacle network to provide assistance in weathering this storm of change.
So your immediate goal is to pull together a survival kit for practices?
That's right, Janet. We've been working feverishly over the last 3 or 4 weeks to put together a toolkit to help our members deal with the anticipated CMS cut that will take place on January 1. We hope we'll have this out within the next month. That doesn't give us much time, but we do hope that this will have nuts and bolts tools within it to assist them in weathering the impact of this really dramatic cut in reimbursement.
And you're talking about practical things that can be done now as well as things that might take a little bit longer? We are.
Part of this toolkit we're going to label Business 101. Simple things to control overhead and improve collections, those kinds of things. Warnings that folks will probably need to hold on to cash at the end of the year because there may be a drop in cash flow after January 1 and they need to anticipate that, those kinds of things. But we also will include within this a segue into what our long-term objective is through this work group, and that is to assist our members in insinuating quality and value into their practice habits.
Right. And I understand another component is to be able to share amongst members who are going through this process best practices and survival strategies for success.
That's right. We'll have part of this toolkit will be web-based. It will be interactive. We'll seek input from others because we're all faced with different environments and we'll have different tools, little nuances depending on where people are. But we do hope it'll be interactive and that folks will contribute.
We've been chatting with Dr. Blair Erb, who's part of a leadership team building survival tools and strategies for practices in this current environment. To learn more about this, go to www.pinnaclenetwork.org.